pasta dish with surprising flavours that your taste buds will thank you for. This is something a bit different and I think you're going to love it. Get yourself some gorgonzola cheese, super ripe pears, radicchio, dried farfalle pasta and a handful of walnuts. A really classy, delicious pasta dish. So the pasta of choice is farfalle, which translates as butterflies. And we love them. My girls absolutely love these. So we're going to put a couple of handfuls in for 2 people. It's going to be great. These take about 12 minutes to cook. Season with salt, and in the time it takes for this pasta to cook, we will have the rest of the dish ready. So let's get that lid on. In actual fact, let's swap that lid. Take that for a little bowl, or a big bowl, okay? And what I want to do here is use it as a lid, but also the subtle heat of this is the perfect thing to melt this gorgonzola. So I'm just going to cut about half of this. Look at that. This is Italy's version of a Stilton. It's gorgeous. You can get it in the supermarkets now. You've got gooey bits, flaky, crumbly bits, light bits of blue. So you've got creaminess and funk and a whole load of texture going on. So just break that cheese up in the bottom of the bowl, and that will gently ooze and melt. So that's why this bowl is so brilliant, because it's a gentle heat. So it'll be almost like a kind of fondue. And the only bit I won't use is the little bit of skin at the side. So, pasta on, cheese melting, it's looking good. This dish is all about big, contrasting flavours. So bring on Italy's version of red chicory, the mighty radicchio. This is a very, very famous salad leaf, famous for being bitter. And if you look at the cross-section here, it's absolutely beautiful. But if you have bitter food in conjunction with sweet food, and the sweet food in this story will be these beautiful pears, now you're talking, right? So sweet with bitter, with the creaminess of this beautiful cheese, is going to be amazing. And your tongue is going to be like, woohoo! And that's what we want. Get a pan on a high heat, then core and finely slice 2 juicy pears. Now, if they're one of those pears that has a kind of khaki, sandpapery sort of outside, peel them, right? You can see these ones have got silky soft outsides, and that's lovely, so just leave those. Get them a bit finer. I'm going dry into the pan. Come back here. We've got a bit of an ooze going on there, so you can see how it's just melting. Molten, funky cheese. I'm going to have a little chef's honour. This is my bit of pear, and this is a bit of oozy cheese, right? You shouldn't do this, but... Oh, creamy, funky, delicious, seasoned, depth of flavour, and then juicy, sweet. Yes, but it's only going to get better. Clank up half the radicchio into 1 centimetre slices and add to the pears. So sweet and bitter come together in a pan of love. We're just going to wilt that down for 3 or 4 minutes until that pasta's cooked. You can see it shrinking and softening. It smells incredible. The pasta's going to be done now. Look at that oozy cheese. You know that makes sense. Yes. Love that. So we're just going to take that off. Drain your pasta, keeping some of that precious starchy water. And grab a handful of walnuts and just crush them in my hands. Beautiful. So this is where things get quite cool. Then I'm going to go in with the pasta. Let's get that wonderful melty cheese. You know it makes sense. Oh, yes. And then a little bit of that starchy cooking water. Pinch of black pepper. Wow. And then you start the magic. It's the most beautiful, incredible pink. So good. And then a few bits of nuts. Crush them up as fine as you can in your hands and just sprinkle it on top. My friends, that is a classic.